This is something I really wanted to do really quick, and I just got this guy, and this is War for Cybertron Megatron, and I'm thoroughly underwhelmed with him, and that's just, I mean, compared to the rest of the War for Cybertron toys, I'm very underwhelmed. I got him mostly to complete the set. I mean, for War for Cybertron, he's kind of meh, but compared to pretty much any other older toy, I mean, he's still leagues above the rest. He's got really odd articulation, first of all. I mean, down here he's fine. He's got ratchet, kind of like, they look like ratchets, but they're not. But he's got universal joints in the hips. He's got technically a double knee, even though it's single. So I guess it's single knee, it goes double. And he's got very large feet, and he's got a little bit of ankle tilt. And so you can actually assume some very wide stances. And I mean, that's all well and good, but let's see, no waist. His head does, it's just on a swivel, but because of his transformation, he kind of can mimic an up and down. And in the parts that it's his arms that kind of bug me. Like, he's got universal joints up for his shoulders, that's all nice. But then, I mean, looks like he should have a swivel. I mean, he's got a swivel there, but it looks like it should go like this way. It doesn't. It goes this way. But that's just a transformation hinge. But, so he can't really do a whole lot of the poses that you would really want him to do. And that's disappointing. He still looks very nice, and he's got a distinction of being just about kibble-free, except for this thing. And this cannon is very large and imposing. Fits on either arm, but you just get screws if you put it on this arm. This little button here's got kind of like a readout thing. You can push that down and it fires. And don't know if you can tell with this camera, but if you look down here when you load, it's kind of like animated swindle. You load it in, and it does change. It changes color. Just kind of cool. As far as size comparison, I'll put him. This is a little G1 kickback, which doesn't really help much. And here's Cybertron Ratchet from Animated, and it's a basic deluxe size. As far as transformation is concerned, take this off, pull the chest down, pull this part back, head down, split his arms, fold his hands in, both sides. And it's like, again, in comparison to the other ones with their, even Soundwave has a very complicated transformation sequence in comparison. But it's very dull. Also, his joints are very stiff, mostly because I just got them at the time of recording. Up here, I'm going to take this piece, flip it around. It's kind of a slot in. There. Turn around. Feet panels down. This is, yeah, parts are going to clash. It's kind of unavoidable. But then, it's going to go into that screw. This little peg's going to go in that screw hole. Again, the same over here. Flip that part back again. And then actually put them down here. And take the cannon. on top. It's really unenthusiastic because it's just kind of a lackluster transformation. He just turns into a block. Okay, why is this? Okay, I gotta pull this all the way down. And there he is in his flying carrier vehicle mode, whatever. And that's all it is. I mean, it does all pull together fairly well, and except his head down here. And you can use those joints to flip these out, and he's got tank treads with hands in them. And compared to another tank, weirdly shaped tank, this is a Cybertron Unicron that I got very recently, and they're similar-ish in size and scale. But I just wanted to go over him because there's just glaring flaws with design. And I mean, if you're trying to if you're a completist for the War for Cybertron toys, you're gonna get him anyway. But casual fans might not want to get a hold of this guy, just because he has got some glaring issues that in the past would not have been problems, but with today's level of engineering, it's a little obvious and unfortunate. I'll get around to the other War for Cybertron toys at some point, and some of my other stuff, like over here, I got Chinese food. But there's Alternative Megatron, the kickback that I got recently, and like I said, the Unicron and him. But again, if I had to give him a rating, I would give him a 3 out of 5.